Good day and welcome to another episode of Agent X11, Hollywood Dark Journalist, another light in this darkened world. I'm your host, Penny L.A. Shepherd, and I am Agent X11. My co-hosts are David Zublik, Heather Day, Joan Renee, Skip Press, Chris Montgomery, Terry Bradley, Katie Bradley, Tom Althouse, Jessica Garza, Howard Lamson, Dr. Keith Pablo, and TJ Ward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Agent X11, Hollywood Dark Journalist, begins now. And welcome to another episode of Agent X11, Hollywood Dark Journalist. My name is Penny L.A. Shepherd, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Joan Renee and Tom Althouse. And our guest today is the fantabulous Christi Tasker. Today we're going to be talking about the Epstein files, the release of more files, more people going down. Will the British monarchy go down in total disrepair? What is the fallout from this? Thank you, Christi, for joining us.
You're welcome, guys. I look forward to a conversation with the most honest people that I know here that are telling what they see journalism-wise, and have had experiences. And I just look forward to whether you pissed me off or not, Tom, today. It's all good. I just want to say that in advance. Like we back, and everybody can say whatever they want to say, you know. And listen, I've got the files up. We're going to search them. We're going to bring up people. We're going to see what the DOJ says about them. We're going to bring up some communists, some Russians, some guys. This is worldwide. The person in the backyard may be the person on the files, and they may not know. And just in case all of you are wondering, I am wearing the Ryan Dawson Epstein list t-shirt. It's actually sweatshirt. This is a sweatshirt. Hold on.
And where does one buy one of those?
I'll actually pull it up in just a minute because it's, you know, they've banned him for decades. Okay, like he's banned off of everything. Sorry. Yeah, he has to live in Korea. Oh, wow. This is the Epstein map, and this is not new, by the way. This is not new. This is not because he's had this for, I think it's been well over 7 or 8 years. He's had this map created. Okay, it's got everybody. It's got their ties. It's got everything. It does not have Trump on the sweatshirt, just in case, because I know everybody's wondering, is Trump on the sweatshirt? No, it is not on the sweatshirt. So let's get going here, Penny.
So, Christi, you know, one of the things we keep saying is that everyone knew the Epstein Island, what was going on, who was implicated. They had the list, except the FBI and the CIA. They
Yeah.
seem to know nothing.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
It is. It's very weird.
Yeah. And then, I'm going to bring up where these files are located, what we have to see. Listen, the people I've been against are in the files. Okay. My mom doesn't even know this. This is not rocket science. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The billionaires of the billionaires are on these files. So who's going to arrest them? Who's going to arrest them? Who's left that's going to arrest him? Are we going to make citizens arrest when they come into the United States? No, they're going to be hiding out in Russia. They're going to hide out in whatever countries are going to protect them. Okay? So we are about to go down a rabbit trail of rabbit trails that seems like a rabbit trail, but it's not really. It's because they really are involved. That's the reason I was arrested, slammed to my sidewalk, because they knew I was going to catch them. And I have. They're still caught. Okay? You're still caught. All right? You people out there, you're still caught. You're in the Epstein files. Thank you very little. And now, I know I've hit the target. All right? I know. You're there. You're right there. And I look forward to exposing all of them.
You know what caught me by surprise?
What?
And I don't know why it didn't. I mean, it did, because it is one of those mega sites, is LinkedIn. The LinkedIn guy was on the list.
Why would you think that? LinkedIn's owned by Microsoft. See, that's where my technical background in social media, knowing who owns the social media sites that wanted you to input all of your valuable information of who you are, who your connections are, what their email addresses are, what their phone numbers are, and controls everything that you're able to see in your news feed, is owned by Bill Gates and Microsoft. Hello.
Little bit.
Wake up, everybody. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wake up. You have to look and see who owns the companies that you're shopping with, that you're inputting your information with. You have to come off them. Notice, I barely post anything on social media anymore. Okay? I don't post photographs of my grandchildren.
Right.
Okay?
A lot of people still don't know that. I see my family members are posting everyone on there.
School pictures. We're going to be going down to Life Touch. Okay. We've been saying this, and I'll tell you, Megan Walsh brought forth Life Touch to me. Okay. This is not, I'm going to tell you, if I remember who brought forth the evidence to me, and if I'm allowed to say, I'm going to tell you if it's another journalist, so you can follow those people. Okay. Many of them are now kicked offline. Ryan Dawson, who made the Epstein list map, who mapped it all out for us,
Right.
was taken off of everything Peter Thiel owned. He couldn't even get a PayPal payment.
Well, of course, because Peter Thiel and Epstein were best buds.
Yes. Okay. But what I'm saying is, you've got PayPal involved. You've got the mafias involved. I mean, you can call them, they're tech mafia, bro. Listen, I know. Tony Hsieh exposed them. Tony Hsieh, who was he? Oh, he was the guy who was the chief happiness officer at Zappos. Who bought Zappos? Oh, Amazon. Who didn't really want to work for Amazon? Tony Hsieh. So what did they need? They needed Tony Hsieh because Tony Hsieh was the life of the company. He was the life of the party. He was the cool guy who just wanted to see the average small business succeed. So what did they start doing? They started making fun of him for buying up downtown Las Vegas and trying to preserve it. These people don't want to preserve anything. They don't want to preserve the history of Las Wages or Las Vegas or downtown anywhere. They want to tear it down. Okay, that's what they want to do. They want to tear it down. They want to give it to their Russian billionaire friends, and they want to have sex parties all over the entire world. Okay, that's what they want to do. Right?
They've done it already.
Yeah, they've already done it. They want to own it all. As a matter of fact, why do they want to tear it down? Maybe they're destroying evidence. Did any of us ever think about why they don't want us to preserve anything? Okay? They don't want to preserve anything. There are bunkers underneath the mob houses in Las Vegas. I've seen them. Wow. Okay.
You know what I want to see though?
I've been in the tunnels of the, of the places that I worked in LV.
Yeah.
I worked in the, in the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm. But I want to see the them go after the mainstream news because we know they're complicit. They helped with the cover up, and we know that they're all owned by 6 companies, and those 6 companies are probably run by one head as well. So I'd like to see them go down because they're the ones that are keeping the sheeple asleep.
Yep. And they're also the ones buying up the property. Hello.
Yes.
Wake up, America. They want to give you double what you think your house is worth, so you have no place to live eventually, okay? Because they own it all. If you bother to look at replacing your house, you'll see that they're not really giving you that much money. They want to uproot you. They want to uproot your life, so that way you have to start over. They don't want you to know your neighbors. They don't want you to live next to your family. They don't want you to have family. They don't want you. And by the way, if you do have children, they want to send CPS after to take your children so they can then make a little money off the children. What do I mean by that? Well, your state's running an adoption agency via their own CPS service, which the states fund. Megan Walsh told us this. She exposed this with her own children. I was in court with her. I saw it all go down. Okay. She told you when you call and you report a missing child, they throw it in the garbage. Okay.
Great.
Because those Amber Alerts are to go and get your children when you take your children back. When they come and get
Right.
the CPS gets your children and they put them in a foster home where they're often abused and the child's calling their parent, Daddy, please, I'm hurting. This woman's beating me, or maybe she's not feeding me. And the dad goes and steals his own kid back. Guess what? Those are the ones that are on the television missing. Look, it's always a family member. Oh, ask where are they stealing their child from? Okay. Oftentimes they're stealing their child back from the foster system. Okay.
Yes.
Just ask a question. Don't assume the person that's stealing the kid, if it's a family member or especially a mother or father, why would he need to steal his kid? Like, we should be asking, why does he need to steal his kid? Did the mom not let him see him? Oh, no. The child was taken into foster care. Foster care? We really need foster care?
So, Christi, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
Because I heard, you remember the milk carton kids?
Mm-hmm.
Where they were advertising these missing children. Now, they never found any of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that they weren't advertising these are missing children. They were actually advertising them for buyers. Did you hear that?
Oh, no. That's exactly what they do. I'm going to bring up, let's just, you know what? Let's make this like an investigative, let's have a little fun. Okay.
Okay.
We're just going to go down the rabbit hole. We're going to pull it up right here. We're going to know. Okay. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you how even I connect some of the dots. All right. So let's go. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay. Let me introduce you to a Russian gazillionaire. His name is Vladislav Doronian, if I'm saying this correctly. He's now 63 years old. And guess what? He's a Russian-born businessman, real estate developer, and art collector. He is the owner and chairman of Arman Resorts. Okay? CEO of Oko Group, who's building a building, by the way, right across from me. All right? You got that. Everybody got that. He owns Oko Group. Let me just show you something. Vlad Dorian, just for the fun of it. Oh, here's Vlad with P. Diddy at Art Basel, okay? Okay, not saying he did anything wrong. He's just there. He's just there with P. Diddy, all right? Don't look here, okay? Art Basel, Miami. Oh, here we are. Here's more, okay? By the way, my friend from Seth from World Red Eye. I want to credit him for this photo, okay? World Red Eye. Okay, took this photo. This is old Vlad with P. Diddy. Look, we got Vladimir Dorian, Naomi Campbell.
Oi.
Okay, Sean
Naomi Campbell is definitely named.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying they're just hanging out together. Okay, and I trust Seth from World Red Eye because I know him. He's a human. He has a camera. Okay. He's a great guy. He goes to all the different things. Okay. So here we have that. All right. Let's look. Let's just take a little peeky here. All right. Let's look at Pam's files. Okay. This is directly from your U.S. Department of Justice website. Just put in Vlad Duronian. Here we go. Everybody see this?
Uh-huh.
Oh, look. What's Vlad saying?
Oh,
Jeffrey,
there he is.
referring to the telephone number, conversation with Vlad Duronian. I send you an electronic brochure from Legend of whatever this is. See attached. Thank you. And best regards. Why are we redacting this person's name up here? I mean, really? Why are we redacting that? Where's the brochure that was attached? Okay. Where is the brochure? I'd like to see the brochure of whatever they were promoting, wouldn't you? All right. Let's see. Here's another. If you mean Naomi Campbell, then no. Her boyfriend is Vlad Duronian. The guy I met with is called Vladimir. So in other words, they're trying to pass one off as the other. What is the name of the Russian you met with? That was Naomi's boyfriend. Okay.
Oh,
so
boy.
here we go. Can't make this stuff up, guys.
I have Naomi in my PowerPoint. I haven't gotten to her, but I have her in my PowerPoint as a sex trafficker. And I'm sure she for sure has been on Epstein's Island, but Epstein victims accuse satanic pedophile Naomi Campbell of abusing children.
Okay. So here's how this like happens to hurt people. Okay. The Aspen Daily Times, veteran local journalist files wrongful termination suit. Okay. Files wrongful termination suit. So this Russian gazillionaire, anybody that talks about him, he just sues them. Okay. A 16-page lawsuit filed in Clinton County District Court on Tuesday takes aim at the Aspen Times and its owner, Virginia-based Oldham Papers, over the June 2010-2022 firing of veteran local journalist Andrew Travers after he had served as editor of the newspaper for a little more than 1 day. Okay. The wrongful termination suit was filed on behalf of Travers by Denver attorney Daryl Kilmer of the law firm Kilmer, Lane, and Noonan. We should look and see if they're in the Epstein files. So this is what I do. Like, oh, okay, let's look and see who they are. So they're going around suing journalists, okay, for different things. Veteran local journalists, they need to sue them, see, because see, you're on the ground, you know what's happening, you know, you're seeing things there. Okay, so there we go. This guy here, rich guy, you know, his company, Naomi Campbell, sues the little journalist. Okay, they don't need that journalist talk about him because they can't control that journalist.
That's right.
So while you're talking about that, you know, he's selling art and he's in real estate. He's from Russia, and we know that. Now I'm not saying it's him, but we know that those are two avenues that money is laundered with, because you can inflate those assets, you can borrow on them, and so and then he's hanging out with the people that would need that.
Well, and that's a great point. So here we have, not only is he at Art Basel, let's actually talk about this in combination with each other. Okay, I'm not trying to evade your question, but here he sold his waterfront Star Island estate for a record $120 million. He made this is the largest and most notable property, the biggest sales and property in Miami-Dade County history. Really? His property was that great? Okay. Because see, he needed to own the news market. So let's talk about that for a minute, Joan. How do they own the news market? Well, let's put it this way. Damien Hirst can take a 48 by 48, or maybe it's a 52 by 52. Actually, I'll try to pull up the actual invoice so everybody can see it. I've done this on, I think it was on Right On Radio before. Yeah, let me actually see. Damien Hirst. Okay, so here we have, I have 100% proof of a Damien Hirst. Let me actually just pull this up so everybody can see it. Hold on, sorry guys. You know, like we have to come with receipts because, you know, the news media, they don't have to come with receipts. We have to come with receipts. Okay, So this is Damien Hirst, Forgotten Thoughts, a 2008 painting. Okay. It is literally a solid blue background with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 butterflies on it. Okay. 6. This is the piece. Okay. See that?
Interesting.
Everybody? That's the
Let me
piece.
see. Wait.
Okay. In other words, any of you could do this at home. I just want to say this. Anybody that can paint solid can do this at home. All right. It is
with a roller brush.
Okay. It is butterflies and household gloss. So in other words, no special paint here. Okay. On canvas. So in other words, household gloss. The most you're going to pay for this can of paint at Sherwin-Williams, you need about a quart. That is going to cost you at most $25. Okay. $25 worth of paint. All right. And a 68 by 68 inch canvas. So I'm going to hopefully scroll past that. Okay. Here's the up close. Okay. Damien Hirst. He's from Bristol, England. United Kingdom, 1965. Works comprise illustrations, painting, and sculpture with a goal to deliberately shock and question the very nature of art. Themes that interest the artist include death, medicine, technology, and superficiality. Hirst first came to the attention upon his curation of frieze while studying art at the Goldsmiths, with an exhibition during his own and other students who were ultimately made up of young British artists. He immediately came to the dealer of Charles Saatchi's attention, who financed his groundbreaking The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living in 1991, consisting of a shark preserved in formaldehyde. This work became one of the natural histories featuring taxidermied animals, some of which were dissected or flayed. Hirst is also known well for his spot and spin paintings. The spot paintings consist of 2 rows of random colored circles by assistants, while the spin paintings are made with paint applied to the spinning circular surface. In 2015, he opened the Newport Gallery in London, where he lives and works, in order to share his art collection to the public. Okay. So, does anybody want to guess how much this painting is going for?
$5 bazillion and a banana.
I'd probably be hauling it to the Goodwill.
Yeah. Tom, you want to take a guess?
I know I'll be called upon. I would say this work, I would give it 1.4 million.
Okay.
That's just the base garage price.
Okay. Joan?
Oh my gosh. If it was $40, I'd be surprised.
Well, how about the mere 400,000? You could get a bargain, Tom, today.
Okay.
Where do I go? Where
You can come to Art Basel, Miami Beach.
Okay, great. I don't want to spend too much on the air flight, but I'll
work
buy.
is available. The price was $490,000. I don't want to show that price because she put it in the email and it has the poor woman's phone number, and she is a she/her that's selling the art.
Of course.
$490,000. Okay. So how do I get information like this? Well, number one, I know these things because I am an award-winning interior designer. I get calls to do spaces because you know what? A lot of times, even the interior designers don't want to do the work that they promise people that they can do because I don't know if they just can't do it or if they're out sexcapating with Jeffrey and they just needed to hire a minion like me to do their projects. But yeah, I'm kind of trusted to hang on to millions of dollars of people and go out and curate things like art and furniture and wall coverings and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's insane. So how do they do this? So Joan, you made a very good analogy. That's part of how they do their money laundering operation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the reason this piece of art was available at the end of Art Basel, and that was like, what, 2 years ago, is I think they started to run out of their money laundering operation. Because at first, you couldn't even touch a Damien Hirst painting because it was all going to be sold right away. Just like Jeffrey Epstein's house on El Brillo Way in Palm Beach, which is just about a mile down from Mar-a-Lago. But by the way, right after the FBI went in and got everything at El Brillo Way, guess what they did? They just decimated, tore down the house.
I know.
You're making it hard for me to talk, but keep going.
Yeah. So here they are. Here they are, tearing down the house. Okay. Didn't he like order some chemicals to be sent to even his island? Went through Red Hook. By the way, Red Hook,
there was a water descaling. It was acid that you can actually use to get rid of the bones. It'll eat everything. It'll destroy the bodies.
So how much of that went to Palm Beach? Right? Did we even dig and look for bones? Who cleaned up? Who did the grading on the Palm Beach mansion? My dad. It wasn't my dad.
Mossad? I hear they hire for digging graves and
they have digging graves. They have digging graves.
Yeah.
They dig at the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they also called in the same group that investigated the 9/11 Twin Towers to investigate Surfside collapse. I mean, we just have 4,000 architects and engineers that said your report is wrong, but yet we're going to call in the same damn people. I mean, please, are we that stupid? And by the way, guys, this is all confirmed. It is the same people. It's confirmed on multiple methods. And by the way, Vlad Dorian, I really hope you sue me because I look forward to suing you. Send me a letter.
I only added the banana because of the banana that was on sale that was taped to the wall that they bought. Yeah. And it, the guy ate the banana afterwards. It was like $600,000 for the banana taped to the wall. So that's why I said $5 million in a banana.
Is the peel still for sale? I'll buy it.
No, they ate it.
Yeah.
There was an appeal about the peel.
Let's bring it up so people can see it because I don't even think you can. I don't even think you
can. The Joel sticker on it, like that.
Yes.
400,000.
Let's bring this up so everybody can see what we're talking about because this is how ridiculous this is. All right. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up, you guys. Hold on. We're gonna let the commercial run on CNN. Yeah, for those of you who think CNN's
on the road quickly.
It's owned by Warner Brothers. CNN's owned by Warner Brothers.
I'll just turn it off all this morning.
Yeah, that's okay.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Yeah. So this is the banana.
Volkswagen. Oh, there's a banana.
And how much did you say that went for?
$6.2 million.
It's the most beautiful banana I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
I must have it.
Banana. By the way, for those of you who are just listening, it is a banana that is partially browning, taped to the wall with a piece of duct tape that's like less than a foot wide. Okay.
I'm going to name it Shirley, and now it means
I'm
something.
selling it here. The world's most expensive banana.
This is not just a banana duct taped to a wall.
It's not.
This is a piece of art. And right now, it's being auctioned for millions of dollars.
1 million is with me already.
Titled Comedian, the banana duct tape combo made by Italian artist Maurizio Catalan first made waves in 2019 when it was displayed at Art Basel in Miami. The artist said the installation was, quote, a reflection on what we value. And he sold 3 versions of the tape banana, 2 of them for $120,000.
1,600,000
they're buying children.
5 years later, Comedian, which thankfully features a new banana, sold at auction for a whopping $6.2 million.
The Catalan is yours. Congratulations. Thank you very much indeed.
The buyer, Justin's son, the founder of cryptocurrency platform. The founder of cryptocurrency.
Thank you very much indeed.
Wait, hold on. Ready? By the way, he was buyer number 17. I'm just like everybody to see that.
Is yours. Congratulations. Thank you.
Everybody see
Q.
that? Buyer number 17.
That's Q.
Very much indeed.
And by the way,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
The buyer, Justin Sun, the founder of cryptocurrency platform Tron, who posted online that he does plan to eat the banana.
There you go.
It's one expensive banana.
Banana. Okay, so then we know like banana was used. Okay, so we have Vlad Dory. He's all in the Epstein files. There's so many of them, but that I'm going to do a specific piece directly on him. This is hilarious. This is hilarious, you guys. I am literally going, thank God we recorded that because, okay, here we are. I've got to download these really quick because it came back saying that those files didn't exist under his name.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah. I got to download these real quick. Here.
Are they watching and scrubbing in
No,
real
no,
time?
I think they are. I think they are. Actually, I think they are. I had to go back. Otherwise, if this weren't in my browser, I may not get these.
Wow.
Yeah. It actually said no files available. I'm going to show you guys that.
Wow.
Quick.
Sophia Stewart said my son doesn't exist, so every time I hug him, I have to remind myself he's there. You know.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Tom, tell about that really quick.
Yeah, she called up. He made a video, not to go off topic, but we are off topic here. Father's Journey, and it was so impactful, like at conferences and such, that she contacted me on the phone and said, "That was never made. He didn't make that. Others made that. Your son doesn't exist," because they're afraid of him being a witness to. She's in the house for Warner Brothers, so they're afraid that that would be a witness to my character when they're trying to paint me as, quote, she said, the evil one. I'm now the evil one. So,
Oh, you're the evil one?
yeah, I have it in writing. She sent it to me in writing that I'm now the. First, I was the footnote.
Oh, she put it in writing.
Yes,
Who
she
did
did.
this? Who did
Sophia Stewart sent me it. Yeah.
Your
She also
sister
said
did this?
doctors will be coming to take me away, and that her family
Sophia
works.
Stewart, the one that they're saying actually wrote The Matrix, which is.
Yeah. Which was 33 pages, nothing. Anyway, I don't want to take you off topic, but that's the point. Was they're saying Aiden doesn't exist, which is pretty chilling. You know, they're afraid of
Yes,
him
it
being
is.
witness. So he knew he'd be the third one taken out. No, my dad was killed too. Fourth one. He'd be the fourth of the male heirs.
And Tom, for people who may have never heard your full story, I want to encourage them to listen to the full story. But can you just brief, like really quick, tell them about?
Yeah, nutshell, really
yeah.
wild is Matrix Immortals. This is actually, I was just given to look this up right here. Here's one of the copies of the earliest ones from.
He is the writer of the original.
Yeah, the whole thing. Squiddies, Jackson Neck, everything. And so what happened was Warner Brothers supplied their own attorneys, solicited me. They promised $100,000. They were defense attorneys. So they solicited me saying, "We want to represent you. You need to get justice back." I didn't even know what had happened. There was a honeypot wife that was with me that pointed out the scenes, the little girl at the train station, pointing at the sun. And I was like, whoa. She's like, "Honey, that's your work." And so they got their attorneys involved. The one attorney was her landlord. Came in, classmates with the lead attorney from Warner Brothers from University of Berkeley. And so they come in, run statutes out, had a suspended license, not even eligible to practice law. And they did this thing where they railroaded it, where I only claim the sequels. They wouldn't let me claim Matrix 1. So the deal is now, yeah, they ruled with prejudice on the sequels. We never got to claim the Matrix. Now we can. And I just learned from an attorney today, get this, you have 70 years after your death to claim in a copyright.
Oh, wow.
Copyright. I am in good shape. Now they're going to push ruled with prejudice, but all the fraud that was involved, including a legal stipulation order that I never signed, they put it in anyway. It said it needed my signature, stuck it in, saying that Tom Althouse was asking for everything to be sealed in perpetuity. No, I didn't. And they're saying he begged for this. Anyway, long and short, we can sue for Matrix now and inserts. They're going to try to claim that after saying, well, he only claimed the sequels with his splendid attorney and them working in the tandem. So therefore, any matchups in the Matrix didn't count for the sequels, so no matchups. Now they're trying to twist it that, well, he claimed the sequels, but it's one seamless piece. So therefore, the matchups don't count. There's no matchups. Well, no, you didn't let us claim matchup. It was never cited. I mean, never claimed Matrix, never cited. Therefore, the matchups are still left fertile to be revealed, and the Matrix is left fertile to be revealed because you're now trying to claim that, well, you didn't claim Matrix, but it's one seamless piece. So when we said you're not allowed to claim the matches in Matrix for sequels, now we'll blanket it over where there's no matchups from ruling on no matchups in sequels with that idea to no matchups in Matrix. Those 190 plus in Matrix. You never let us claim them. Now we can finally claim them. See the twist going on? So we
Yeah.
now can come back at all their gamemanship back. That's why with Trump investing in Warner Brothers and CNN, and if I may I say it? Is it okay?
Yes.
You want to shut up?
No,
Okay. The FBI raided, you said about the FBI didn't know anything. They knew everything. The reason they raided the island, I think you were implying this too, and this is what they did. They raided the island to make sure everything was in their control and kept everything out, weeded out. So now they're going to let certain people get caught, other people not get caught. And Trump and Elon Musk are part of those that are not going to get caught because they use that as leverage after they raided his home. Trump wanted to bring down the FBI. And after they raided his home, they said, hey, we got the Epstein files. And so what they're doing now is going like, you better play ball with us and we'll play ball with you. Otherwise, and suddenly switch to not taking down the FBI, but working and praising them. So that's why you see this going on. It's very basic for a writer, right? And if you look at what Elon Musk said, can I just say this real quick and I'll shut up?
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk, I mean, you're talking about the Russian guy. Legitimately, you're talking about the Russian guy. You're bringing forward good research, right? And you're revealing stuff that's important. Yes, let's look under all the cracks and under the hood and check the oil.
Well, and how it matters, and how it matters.
Right. But add this to it. This is what I want to say, Christi, is add this statement to him. Let's say that Russian guy said this. I knew that I'd be smeared relentlessly despite never having attended his parties, been on his Lolita Express plane, or set foot on his creepy island, or done anything wrong at all. Now, make sure I'm saying this. And then they reveal this on the Russian guy. November email. Okay. How many people will you be for the helicopter to the island? Musk responds, probably just Talia and me. What day night will be the wildest party on your island? He's claiming that he always pushed Epstein away, saying, I'm not interested. Here he's saying in this email saying, when's your wildest party? When is it available? He's soliciting him to go. And then he says a year later, less than a year later, we'll be in BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. Is there a good time to visit? Musk, you're not saying that it doesn't line up. You're not saying no to him. You're soliciting, you're requesting.
Yes.
And he responds, any day 1st through the 8th, play it by ear if you want to. Always space for you. Always space for you. You've been a repeat guy. And you repeat guy in the earlier one where you said, where's the wildest party? Elon Musk is caught, yet he says they're smearing me. And one more point, and thank you for letting me share this, is the language. You can catch him on their talking point. Creepy. They're all starting to say creepy. That's the talking point Warner Brothers and the FBI is calling everybody caught, from this Russian guy to yes, the president, to yes, Biden, to yes, these other guys. The only one not caught seems to be Putin, by the way, who's a Christian. But what's going on is they are catching them and using the same defense. He was a creepy guy. I don't want to see him because he's a creepy guy. I didn't want to be around. It's creepy. That is a talking point. They've been gathered together to have a common defense. And now with the FBI having control of the president, I'm going to say it, they have control of him. They got him caught. He needs to be freed again. So everybody needs to encourage the president to do the right thing, come out, be clean, be a David, not a Saul. Come out and do the right thing. Don't be caught with these guys. Otherwise, you take us down with you. I had a vision from God, I believe this, of the president in tears, caught like, Jimmy Swaggart. But that's okay, Mr. President. We know things happen. Clinton, you, the rest, the whole Millionaires Club was involved, basically. So don't worry about it. We'll stand by you even afterwards. Just come clean and let's get this country right. Let's not play the game of giving them leverage on us. Enough said.
So, Tom, you just described exactly what we all are shaking our heads. No one's going to go to jail.
Right.
How they do it. Even when you sued, they covertly sent you attorneys that would blow your case for you, and they ran you out on the clock. And so we don't know that. I felt it when I was working with this state government. I was contracting to them. You never knew what side anybody was on that you were talking to. You had to be so careful.
Joan,
because
so
they
smart.
would bait you in a conversation to say things to find out where your mind is. And then you think you're talking to someone that thinks the way you do, and they don't. They're looking for people that think that way.
And I want
to bring, to weed them out. And so I had to be very judicious and very middle of the road at work and say, basically they say, keep your nose clean. But when you have something where you've caught them like you, they come after you in spades where you can't even defend yourself, even when you think you have a defense. And like you said, the FBI, what you just described was them trapping Trump to where he cannot go forward with what he thought he was going to do.
with our permission, he can. If we're saying as a public, don't worry about it. You're a man. Everyone screws up. Just, you got the power. Do it right. Don't let them have you. You're not in their cage. You're free.
And that's what we're saying to President Trump.
Yeah, you can do it better now that they're trying to put something on you and reveal that scheme. So it's like, and that's why, thank you, Joan, for what you said too, because I see it as world, like God had a plan that people that are pure, it's about being pure and having faith and not having a price tag that you can sell out to. And we can free the others, like the president, from all this. I mean, this is real. This is the real gamemanship going on. So we can change the chessboard where those of faith come to power in different places and lead and bring down this FBI control. The FBI are the ones that know exactly where the kids are. 20 released at a time. The FBI know where they are. If we could control the FBI, we can have those kids released. And this will end. We won't have Epstein Islands anymore. We'll have a safer world.
I think it's really interesting, Tom, exactly what you're saying. And like we're doing this entire show unscripted, you guys. Like we don't have pre-conversations other than, hey, can I say whatever I want to say?
Just be nice for on YouTube.
I mean, I've already been taken down. I've been hauled off 6 times by SWAT teams. I mean, I'm the guy they went over the board where they say, oh, he has nothing to lose. Well, I have a lot to gain by honoring my dead sons that the FBI took out. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up for those that don't have a voice. And those, Joan, you're right. Many have to play the middle of the road. I don't have the jobs. They were all taken from me. But I don't advise everybody do what I did. I'm glad there's people in position that can still do it. And I understand their strategy too. Now we can actually coincide together and make things come right. So I'm going to encourage the president and keep doing it at conferences and such. Mr. President, we understand. Don't worry about it. Don't let them throw every knife they have at you.
Yeah.
Bring them down.
Because we have to have the cleaner people of them all, in short. I mean, that's just the
Don,
easiest
you're
way.
ahead of me on the swatting. I was only swatted once. It was during the murder.
If you want my scorecard, you can have it. It's pretty interesting, different places. Thank you for your.
You know what? You could sell it at Art Basel.
Well, I'm going to take it to the wall with avocado and sell it for about. I don't know.
And if you want to like sell any real estate, Vlad will come and buy it from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if things don't go his way, he will make sure the city of Miami police slam you on your sidewalk in front of your property. Okay.
All righty then. And then they'll offer you drugs in jail.
Yeah.
Already been offered everything.
I'm just joking, Vlad. Okay. I didn't say you did that. I don't have proof of that, but hey, you know.
We're gonna have a whole new world where the other side. The other side's not be able to put anybody on anymore. Like they call it dirty hands, you know, right? Dirty hands. They won't have it anymore because we're all going to be like
unclean hands, Tom. Not dirty hands. It's just unclean hands.
Unclean.
Yeah.
Unclean hands. You have unclean hands.
Yeah. This is going to be exciting. The future is going to be exciting.
Oh yes, because this is really exciting. Because here we have.
What do we got there, Christi?
This is again from our DOJ website from the Epstein files, supposedly unredacted, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Unclassified for official use. FBI Office of Public Affairs, the Horizon.
Yes, sure looks redacted to me.
Yep. September 17th, 2025. Okay. The national issues that are unredacted. Okay. This is
they leave a U. Why is a U showing? It's like, well, they left. Oh, that's a U. We left something. I guess they can claim. We left something.
We left the U because it's for you. We do this for.
You're not supposed to see that, Tom. Okay.
I know.
Director
so they can say it's not completely redacted.
Yeah. So
right.
But this is the part that is unredacted. Director Patel discussed the FBI's accomplishments during an oversight hearing before the House Judiciary Committee. Members questioned him on a variety of topics, including the assassination of Charlie Kirk and other violent attacks, the FBI's efforts on fighting crime, and about the Epstein files. Okay. FBI.gov posted the opening remarks. Oh, the site can't be right. Sorry. We didn't mean to take you there. Didn't mean to take you there. Okay. Just saying, the opening remarks are no longer there.
Oh, that's lovely.
Go back to page 2. Go back to page 2. There's a part there I love right there in the middle.
Oh, which one?
You.
I like it too. Where is it?
Oh, there it is.
They left the quote.
There it is. See, it's quoted.
Oh, a quote.
Yeah. Look, it's quoted.
So it is all about you.
A you and a quote.
Yeah.
It's kind of like F you. That's our quote.
Yeah, because I know people are interested in this. So if you just go and you search Charlie Kirk, you can see what the FBI is doing. You can see what Jeffrey was interested in. Okay, so here you have the Bureau. Okay, so these aren't directly from Jeffrey's emails. These are just the files as a whole. But you know, it's like, okay, so they redacted the Daily Teams channel for ICE operations. Probably, a name of a team. We have a processing number. Okay, so we can't give that information out. Color of the day is yellow. Okay, so this proves back to what Candace Owens was saying. They do have a color of the day. Remember when Charlie was assassinated, the color of the day was maroon, whatever you want to call it, maroon. Okay.
Or red for murder.
Yeah. Here we have, okay, again, this refers to the same things. Charlie Kirk assassination investigation, pre-dawn raids on conservatives, while Democrats sharply criticized his handling of the Charlie Kirk assassination investigation. Okay. And firing senior FBI officials and the Epstein files. Director defended releasing the video of Kirk's suspects, saying it's important for the FBI to be transparent without jeopardizing our investigation. Really? Or maybe they're still investigating, you guys. Even though they've got
close.
Yeah.
I thought they'd move forward with the prosecution, man.
Imagine the leverage, Christi, they have with all these files to contact people and say, look, we got the dirty hands on you. Here's the deal. I believe, like in the one case, the Warner Brothers investment, CNN, everything was reward for playing along. So what you're seeing is, I see this pattern all the time. I'm sure, Joan, you've seen it in the workplace too. So yeah.
Let's see what they're saying here. So this is actually, this is from Richard Kahn. He's sending, congressional candidate compares Melania Trump to a prostitute.
How nice.
Message. Congressional candidate from Oregon has caused an uproar on social media after comparing First Lady Melania Trump to a prostitute. Did you know that First Lady works by the hour? Tweeted independent House candidate Mark Roberts.
Oh my God.
Twitter users were quick to blast the politician for his crude comment. Notice here that they put they actually make it so that it's oftentimes unsearchable, like the words politician. See, like if you were just searching this for politician, you might not be able to search this. So either they found and replaced like the A in politician with a equals. They've coded it in some way. So, Roberts sparked the social media storm Monday afternoon after replying that a tweet from Charlie Kirk, president of the right-wing youth organization Turning Point USA, had compared Melania's staff members to those of the former First Lady Michelle Obama. So, there's all kinds of stuff here. This is, this came from Richard Kahn from HBRK Associates. So here's what you want to do. Like, hey, let's see who this guy is. Which HBRK Associates is a New York-based entity established in 2008, identified as a single-family office providing financial planning and management service. The firm is closely linked to a network of that Jeffrey Epstein, with his name believed to be derived from the initials of Epstein accounts, Harry Beller and Richard Kahn.
Oh boy.
What's so wild is, these meetings occur where they get with the different culpable people and they go, here's how we're going to spend this. Here's how we're going to present this to public. Here's how we'll take it. And here's the talking points. They're very rudimentary in their approach, where they'll say, this is the talking point we're going to use. This is how we're going to spin it. Here's what you're going to say. And you see these people that were articulate before suddenly being like, they're like fourth grade. They're not presenting themselves well because they're being very careful with the parameters that were established and agreed to by the collective in power, like you're going to present it this way. And they're not talking their usual language, and suddenly these words start entering their vocabulary and their presentations that weren't there before. And they are matching other people's. So I'm just saying that you can spot the change. And also one last thing I want to say too is, one other thing is, you'll see the rewards come immediately. So once these meetings are held, these information meetings, they call it, once these meetings are held where they agree on strategies, you will see the persons that agreed, it's like James Bond with a button to push down the person in the basement doesn't agree, who doesn't agree, everybody agrees, that kind of thing. Suddenly they're rewarded. So the rewards follow immediately, sudden rewards. That gives you an indication when those meetings were held, when certain parties give it. It's elementary to actually tag on, but I know you know about this, Christi.
And one interesting thing here, the former redacted file, the unclassified file, this one specifically is evidently an internal news briefing draft. So notice in the subject line, it's labeled draft. So a lot of times in drafts, these are being sent to somebody for approval. So you might be able to get more information out of a draft than you had others. Like, for instance, they're trying to say in the news, the FBI announced it's cut ties with Anti-Defamation League after criticism from conservatives over the group's inclusion of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA in the glossary on extremism. Director Patel stated that in a social media post that the Bureau won't partner with political fronts masquerading as watchdogs, promoting the ADL to respond to its deep respect for the FBI. According to the article, the FBI has historically partnered with the ADL, and records showing a collaboration as far back as the 1940s, and former FBI Director James Comey once highlighted the Bureau's joint work with the ADL in civil rights and hate crime training for the state and local enforcement. The article explained that Director Patel's announcement came after a right-wing backlash, including from Elon Musk, leading the ADL to remove the glossary entirely from its website. So now we don't know anything about the ADL.
That's right. Warner Bros. Tactic is to make sure that things are sealed in perpetuity. That's the actual language they used in my situation. So they'll force it through and claim that all parties agree when they don't. And so they want to shut down the evidence. Also, they'll fight for attorney's eyes only. And if you want to see something, it's argued on an item by item basis, not groups. This is all the tactics to use to shut down flow or release of information. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing you want to look at, who the FBI said reported on these issues. Additional reporting story was provided by the Daily Mail, which we know is directly out of the UK, Fox News, Jewish Insider, Just the News, National Review, New York Post, Newsweek, Politico, Raw Story, and USA Today. Also,
I tell people too, Christi, when you said that, I've been through the experience of the FBI hotline, like trying to make things, like let's come to terms on this stuff. I would advise people not to call the FBI hotline. Call agencies you trust to release the information. Don't call the FBI hotline. It's just a feeder. You'll put yourself as a target.
Yeah.
So don't call them. Because then something, and then they'll want to cleanse that. So go to people that you can trust to release your information, and you may just save your lives.
They do for sure. Yeah.
So, Christi, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Are you when you're doing your searches, are you on the Department of Justice website for Epstein files, the library? Epstein library?
Yeah, let's actually go right to it, and I'll show everybody how to get there. That's a good
one. Because, for our audience, let's get y'all doing fun with Epstein files.
Absolutely. There's an entire Epstein library. So if you just go to justice.gov/Epstein, you'll be right here where I'm at, okay, in the Epstein library. For instance, I just put in John Walsh. This is America's Most Wanted, John Walsh. So let's see what's going on with John Walsh, okay? Why is he in the Epstein files? Listen, just because you're in the files does not mean that you're guilty. I would like to say that in advance and behind the scenes. But you just have to see what were they paying for? What was going on? Because I'm going to do breakdowns of each one of these people, okay, that I'm interested in, that I've connected to other things. So,
I love this, Christi. Can you put in some point Putin? I want to see if my Christian theory is correct.
Yeah, for sure.
If he's not showing, that'd be very telling.
Go back to that, but you're going to see probably bills received. So I have to go through these, and basically when I download them, I'll upload them and actually run them through and give an actual report. So I'm not going to go take time to do that right now. I'm just showing everybody how you can get to it. Okay, so Putin. Oh yeah, there. From what I looked at with Putin, it's mostly headlines of
That
where,
makes sense. That makes sense. I don't think he'd ever attended the parties. I believe he's a Christian.
Mhm.
He's
Well,
a Christian.
I was
So.
going to say, like, there's too many pages, Tom, but there's
No worries, no worries. But in the future, it would be interesting
Yeah.
to see because I believe he's a Christian.
yeah.
You know, I think they spin everything. Yeah.
Go meet Putin with you. Let's see, this one's directly to Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey, I wasn't able to convince Reed to change his schedule to go meet Putin with you.
So he was going to meet. He was going to try to meet Putin.
Yeah, this is from Joy Ito. Okay, so if you want to know who these people are, you just look and go. Okay, just copy this. Go to Joy Ito.
Right.
Go to Google, see who it is. Make sure you've got the right person. Don't assume. So it looks like this is Joy Ito. He's the president of the Chiba Institute of Technology.
How did he pose his facility or his island? Did he pose it as a vacation resort? What was the cover story?
Okay, so I can tell you because basically it was promoted as a personal home. It was definitely not as a resort.
Okay.
No, it was his personal home, and so so let's talk a little bit about that in our last few minutes here. Okay, because we've got to. So that's actually a really great question. So
Thanks.
It was actually just a personal home, as far as anyone knew. As a wealthy person, like I was told, hey, a wealthy person needs interior design work. A boat was actually sent for me and was going to just drop me off there. And I was like, whoa, no. And the boat that I was on, the driver said, oh, no, they won't let me wait. And I said, no, I'm not going then. I'm not going to be left on an island with no boat waiting for me. And like, no way, the reception's not that great. And I'm going to tell you where it's at, okay? Because a lot of people don't understand where the island is at. So
that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, because St. Thomas Red Hook. So basically, on St. Thomas, we're going to go here. I'm sorry, I keep going back and forth. You keep having to bring me in.
While you're doing that, Christi, I was just going to ask, since you did model and you were invited,
I wasn't modeled as a model. I was invited. I was invited there as an interior designer because they were needing an interior designer. This was like when I was about 27 or 28. But when I was a model, I modeled for Elite Model Management. And so basically they wanted me to chop my hair off and come to New York. They were going to give me a place to stay. They told my parents, like, you don't need to worry about anything. We're going to take care of her. My dad said,
right.
No
Your
way.
parents are like, H to the L, no.
Yeah, my dad was like, nah, thanks.
Did they mess with the boys too? Were they taking boys there too?
Yes.
I don't know. There was no boys in my modeling class. So it was all girls.
I was asked to do GQ when I had the beard, and then they said shave the beard. It was GQ magazine thing, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And they said you look too young. I was 30.
Yeah. So I'm 5'11". So I was like, runway and everything. I'll try to post some photos. I have to get rid of my stalker and make sure that it's court order that they can't just copy my photos to go everywhere.
Everybody gets a stalker.
Yeah, I know.
At least one.
I've got a really bad one.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. So so here we are. Let me just kind of explain to everybody where everything is. Okay. So this is Little St. James right here. Okay. Okay. This is what's called, and this is St. John. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to bring this up so everybody can see. You fly into Charlotte Amalie. Okay, so this is on St. Thomas, the island of St. Thomas. Okay, so you fly into Charlotte Amalie. That's where the airport is. It's a very small island, by the way. Okay, like you can go around the island in just a couple of hours. Okay, so you fly into Charlotte Amalie. Here is Red Hook over here. Okay, so Red Hook is where you got like a lot of your like bars and it's more like citizens of the area show up there. So Red Hook, like there's bars that
it's like Paia on Maui.
Yeah. So everybody comes over from, okay, so keep in mind, Little St. James is right here. Red Hook's right here. So you basically just take the boat right here. Okay, so the boat, this is a normal path for the boats, okay, on a daily basis. They're going to take you to Cruise Bay, from Red Hook to Cruise Bay. And the boat that I was on was actually going to go around, obviously, here. And I was like, okay, well, you're going to wait on me, right? Because this is, you know, it's going to take me about an hour to like walk through the house, take any measurements that I need, yada. And he's like, no, we'll come back and get you later. They'll call us when they want you to come. And I'm, no way. Like, ain't leaving me on no island. I was born but not last night. He's like, oh, but like these people, they're really, they got and the boat driver was really trying to like talk me into like, you know, that they were all safe because they were wealthy. I was like, I don't think so. So yeah, that's how close everything is. Okay. So it's very, very close. Okay. So let's actually go down a little bit because, okay. So this is St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands as a whole. That's part of the U.S. Virgin Islands. I don't know why it doesn't. Actually, Charlotte Amalie and St. Thomas is the capital of the U.S. Virgin Islands. So you've also got St. Kitts and Nevis here. You've got Antigua and here. And then you've got Guadalupe, Dominica. And then you got St. Lucia. And I'm just kind of going down so everybody can see like the geographical. And then you got Trinidad. Okay. So, and then here's Venezuela. Kind of give you guys an idea of why this all matters. Okay. So here, and then you've got Dominica. You've got right off of Miami, you've got Cuba. Okay. So right when you get to Key West, so from Miami to Key West, it'll take you about 3.5, 4 hours to get there. Even though it's just 90 miles, it's just because of the roads. Okay, you got the Bahamas over here. Okay, I can see the Bahamas from my house. Okay, so there's a ferry that goes to the Bahamas. There's airplanes that go to the Bahamas every day. Okay, right here is Havana, Cuba. At Key West, is at the tip here. You're only 90 miles off the coast of Cuba. This is the reason I say this is our southern border. And then you've got Dominican Republic, which is known for a mass amount of drugs. See, the drugs used to come in from Mexico, you know, Venezuela, yada, yada. But what they're doing now is they're utilizing Dominican as a central hub for the drugs to come on over. Okay. And then right here is Red Hook. Okay. That just kind of tells you how close everything is. Okay. And then Richard Branson's island is right around, it's like literally not even on the map.
Necker?
Yeah, Necker Island. It's like right over in here. Okay, let's see. See if we can get Necker to come up. Actually, hold on. So anyway, it's really, really close. Okay. So I ended up with Richard Branson's kiteboard in the Dominican Republic because that's how close it is. Like the waves. Richard Branson loses his kiteboard. A fisherman finds his kiteboard, knows I'm looking for a kiteboard, and next thing I know, my Dominican godson's showing up with a kiteboard, and he's like, "Hey, I can now take you out. I don't have to take you on my good board." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go out." And so he's like, "Yeah, I found this like board. It's not even finished." He tells me it's not even finished. Okay. So I'm going to train you on the board. So he gets the board out and it says Virgin on the board. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know Virgin had started making kiteboards. Okay. Next thing I know, I'm literally like getting ready to like go out on this board, you know, for my lessons. And I'm surrounded by a bunch of Germans. They're like talking, you know, in German. I'm like, what is going on here? They thinking I've stolen Richard's kiteboard. Yeah. This is the guy who made the kiteboard.
Yeah.
Okay. He's thinking I have stolen it.
Christi, where is BVI? Elon said, will be in the BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. Is there a good time to visit?
Yeah,
And
BVI.
then he
is
says the Lolita Express plane. What
Okay,
does Elon mean by the Lolita Express plane, and where would that fly?
Okay, look, I got Necker to come up. Here we are, right here. This is Necker right here.
Okay.
So BVI is actually like right in this area.
Okay.
It's just not, I don't know why it's not coming up.
Not too far from Anguilla.
Yeah.
Lots of murders there.
They're all right there together. Okay. Even the ocean goes that way. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. That's how I know for sure that even from Necker Island, that the water is going up this way. If you think about hurricanes, are going up that way.
I hear you. Because Elon is alluding to, I think unconsciously, he's revealing something about trafficking lanes. When he says Lolita Express, I was never on the Lolita plane, flight plane. It's like, I think what he's indicating is there's a flight that would be that transport plane that might traffic kids in. I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch. But.
Yeah, no, and the other thing that I think Elon may be revealing here too is maybe he never actually got to go to the island because, maybe he's thinking like, okay, so think about this. You may hear like, and I'm going to take this off. You may hear like things such as, oh, that was a great party. Like I want to go to the party next time. So Elon maybe is like, keep in mind, Elon's a little autistic. So he's like, oh, okay, I want to go to the party. Listen, I've done stuff like this before, right? Like somebody says it's a great party, Ludacris and his red light party. And next thing I know, I'm getting like the invitation to go to Ludacris's red light party. And somebody's, you're going to go to that? And I'm like, well, yeah, why? Why not, just right here in Atlanta. That's when I live.
Yeah. I can hear where you're coming from, but I would add to, I think he knew exactly what he was doing and why they selected.
Yeah, maybe he did. I mean, honestly, but I'm just trying to give him like, yeah. Or here's one other thought process. The only way we know some things is by complete exposure to somebody else being there. So what if he were going to turn it around on him and record what was going on? What if they would never really let him come? Like we really, I don't think we have proof thus far that Elon actually stepped foot on Jeffrey Epstein's island. We just said he's just trying to make it out like.
No, they would definitely cover that up. But the thing is that he is saying, like, if you look at the language and everything, we can defer. Like we talked about the Russian millionaire, Elon Musk's comments are much more condemning than the Russian millionaire by thousands of yards. I mean, Elon Musk's comments are the most damning that I've seen in the whole collective. And it's like, how many people will you be for the Heli Island? Musk responds, probably just Tadala and not me. What day and night will be the wildest part in your island? I mean, that shows experience. I mean, I got to say, there's no way really to wiggle around it. We'll be in the BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. There's a good time to visit. That sounds like I've been here before. I'm coming back. I just got to say to the public, that's what it sounds like very clearly. And I mean, when you protest this much, I just want to throw this out. What I've been through, seeing people protest when they over protest. Listen to this protest. I knew that I would be smeared relentlessly, despite never having attended his parties or been on his Lolita Express plane or set foot on his creepy island or done anything wrong at all. That's a little over the top, Elon. I think that's not autism. That is, I'm caught. I'm going to deny everything. This is done all the time, using that language that was read on, talking about creepy. So I would say Elon was there, and he was there repeatedly, and he's one of the biggest offenders we have on this world. And I hope he's revealed. I do hope the evidence comes forward to stick it, because when someone reacts that much, if I was stuck with that, something like that, I'd be like, I don't recall any of that. I'm willing to be transparent. If you need something, I'll provide it. But I mean, I have witnesses too that I wasn't there. Elon's got plenty of witnesses probably that he was there. And he's got to keep them silent. So I'm saying he seems a very busy boy to shut down what he knows is too evident.
Yeah. And then the other thing that we know about Elon is he was friends with Jack Dorsey too. So I mean,
yeah.
And the other thing we do is he took my work, and he was hired by Warner Brothers to do that, and was groomed by Warner Brothers in those.
There you go.
I mean, I'm saying this guy's not a good guy, and it's like I know that personally because of the interactions that have been going on. And when you're groomed for Iron Man 2 special appearance and by Warner Brothers, and you're groomed in Young Sheldon, showing you're stealing work, and you're then brought forward in Star Trek, which is part of this whole mess, and put forward as you as the greatest mind of all time. That's Hollywood grooming you. And you got my tech, and I want it back. That's the mark of the beast. So I would say we need to keep eyes on Elon and keep an open mind to all of us that this guy's probably guilty as hell, and we got to be watching him and realize that this guy is probably even the third on our planet. We got to really be careful. This guy really is in position. If he plays the autism card, no, I'm sorry. I think it's more like he's a shrewd dealer, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's got my tech. I want it back. So he knows it. And he's been mocking me online. So I just say, keep eyes open, ears open. You're probably going to find Elon was very much involved. And there's going to be some shocking stuff coming up. And they're afraid he'll pull others down with him.
Well, Tom has been saying that for quite some time, even when everybody was saying, oh, Elon Musk is going to save us. And it's really hard to
nobody's
say, okay,
we're going to save
us.
Like,
Joan, that's exactly what was going on, wasn't it? It's that, and I knew the tactic was to put him in place, put him by the president, so that people would then call for him if something happened to the president. But now they got the president of the FBI roped in on a cage. I want to break that cage open. But the thing is that Elon was right there by him. He wasn't voted in. He was there because he bought his way in. Warner Brothers helped him get in there. And now he's in position. It was in position that the world would cry for him. Like that song, Mrs. Robertson, Joe DiMaggio, aching, lonely world calls to you. That's what they wanted for Elon Musk. I'm done with it. I'm going to keep calling it out. Elon Musk, not good. Free us up, get our tech back. Let the good people do with it what it needs to be done. Yeah.
I mean, for instance, we should pay attention to, and this is actually a good one in the files here.
And Joan's right. Everybody was excusing him. Stop. He's not a little boy with a lollipop. He's a grown man that's been trying to populate the earth with all these different women. He seems more focused on sex with women than he is about creating and inventing.
I mean, and look and see who he had a child with. I mean, come on. Like, what's he dressed up as? I mean, like, please listen. Like, open your eyes.
There I am. That's where I'm at. So I got to do my job. I'm paying the price for it. But Joan's right. I'm going to keep saying it. I'll keep saying it. We got to be aware. I can't say if the wolf's in the pen that the wolf's not there. Or I can't say, oh, the wolf's, the poor wolf, he's hurting. Or, I'll make an excuse for him. The wolf's there, and it is a wolf. So, yeah, anyway.
Well,
thanks.
we think,
and he was an odd choice.
And we think all these things happen organically. Penny, pull up on the screen, because this is actually pretty funny. Because this is where somebody's sending Jeffrey Epstein at his vacation at Gmail. Okay, so he's using a Gmail from Ian Osborne. He is saying, basically, hey, will you tell Jack Dorsey to retweet the president of France? He's saying, welcome to France. Don't you think he should retweet? And I mean, so this tells you Jeffrey's involved in like even getting a retweet. You can't even make this stuff up. Okay. I mean, so they're asking each other like, hey, will you do a retweet? Think about it. Are you going to ask for a retweet, Tom? How many times have I messaged you?
I know, seriously. I'm just going to tell you I love you and I admire you guys. Yeah.
Will you retweet me?
Yeah.
No, will you retweet me? Penny, will you retweet me? I mean, you kind of really have to know each other. It's not that I wouldn't ask you guys for it, but it's like, this is like children's behavior.
You know how this is all going to come out in the end will be the parties. It always happens at the parties. I'll be invited to parties once we get our credit back. I'm told that, that 70-year thing was told to me today before we got on the show. I was told that today by attorneys. So it's like, you got 70 years after your death even. You got it, Tom. And it's like, you never got to claim Matrix. You got this. So if when we win this thing, because I got all these people on it now, when we win this thing, and yes, it took a long time. Of course it did. All the powers to be were bearing down. Then at a party, they're going to come up to me at a party. Hey, Tom, you know what? You were right about this. Bam! It's all going to happen that way easily. So I will attend some of the parties, not on certain islands, but I'll attend some of the parties just so I can get the inside scoops.
Yeah.
Tom, just make sure your attorneys aren't on the list.
I was going to say, I'm sure they're not trying to frame you, Tom.
There you go. Oh, how many times? I mean,
exactly.
Aiden said the other, not too long ago, he said, if I had a dime, Dad, or how many times they played us, and they'll play.
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of concerning, right? Like, how many times did they play you? And then every time you're on with somebody like me, they like try to send somebody to your house.
Well, I'm so glad you guys let me speak what I feel, and you guys are so sweet, Joan, all ya. And otherwise, I'd be like this.
I don't want to be on with you if you can't speak what you think. Okay?
Thank you so much.
That's the purpose,
Yeah,
to say what you feel.
If you can't, if any of you can't speak what you think, I don't even want to be on a show with you. The whole purpose of us doing this is so everybody can say what they want to.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Christi and telling her she was with the wrong shepherd. I'll just leave it there.
Well, I feel like the 10th man, or the 10th. I can't say gender switch, but okay, 10th guy.
So Penny, you've been pretty quiet.
I have. I've been listening to everything everyone has been saying. You know that I do the news every day. And, you know, I urge people, when you go down this rabbit hole and you go to the Epstein files, I'm urging you, be prayed up. You know, make sure that your heart is prayed up. Ask Jesus to guide you, because it's dark.
Yes.
It is some dark stuff. You're going to find out about cannibalism, about rape and murder of children, and just how nefarious, you know, these individuals are. It's a very dark road, and you need Jesus there to light the way and to protect your heart. Tom?
An idea came to me while you were all talking, and it meant something. Like this collaboration between the four of us had an idea come. Why don't we have in our education system, for girls particularly, a history of predatory man? And it's like basically a history of tricks, traps, language, what's been used. Just educate our girls on what men may do, a certain sect of men, and what you can do if certain words are applied, and who you can go to, and institute in the program that you come up with people that are your contacts to go right to if someone uses a certain language, you know, or flattery, or, you know, especially with unequal aging balances. So I'm thinking we should have something where young girls at a young age are educated well. I don't care about the sensitivity. I care about them being prepared. And so it should be part of our curriculum, you know, and our women should be wise.
Tom, and you know, when what rang in my mind is that's what my father did. And because we don't have fathers in the home that are steady, that are there the whole time anymore, that gets lost. And that guidance, I mean, literally, if a guy comes in, dad can smell it first that this isn't good. I mean, he's the first
my
one
dad
to
that stopped. I mean, honestly, it was my dad that stopped.
How about that? Look at what happened. So you just made me think of it, that this could be taught by some men to these girls.
I
mean, they could actually see solid men that actually care, pure men. That'd be really something, wouldn't it? They're sharing what other men may do. Like, they don't have those fathers that are so, you know, attuned like yours. So I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And get
Well,
the
we've
father
gone a little
back
bit
in the
over,
home.
but that's okay. We're at 17 after. Christi, do you have any final comments for us, and you know, comments for people that are researchers and regarding the Epstein files also?
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd need to open up and find out what's going on in your neighborhood with your local politicians. I think start there, because if everybody will take their local politicians, listen, the federal politicians are going to be covered by mainstream. Look for your local politicians. Believe it or not, this goes so down and dirty and root. Expose them. Help your local journalists. If they don't listen, you know, contact your podcasters, you know, contact podcasters in your area. You know, give them tips, because I mean, people are finally waking up. They are seeing the truth on both sides of the aisle, and reclaim your local government. And you're going to need to go into your local party. Unfortunately, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you are going to need to register and run for your local party, because as we've been told, our entire government's about to collapse, but they can't replace somebody with nobody. These are messages that General Flynn has been saying since day one. And oftentimes the people that are the most attacked are maybe the people doing the most good, because they don't come after you if you're, you know, doing nothing. It's kind of like the devil. I mean, he doesn't come after the Christians who are just, you know, sideline Christians, show up, you know, Easter, Mother's Day, whatever, you know, like doing nothing basically. And keep in mind that Jesus said before he departed to heaven, he was going to teach us how to pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. He did not tell us to go to a church and confess our sins to a father there, because we know that our Father in heaven is our true and one and only Father. And nobody can replace your biological father, so other than your heavenly Father. So don't let anybody fool you. No religion, no nothing else. Nobody can fool you into that. So ask your heavenly Father for guidance on what you need to do and actually what you need to see, and ask him for revelation. Ask him what you need to search in these files, if you need to search it at all, because it is not meant for everybody, I don't think. Just because we're showing you how to get there does not mean that it's meant for everybody to see. So, and I want to thank Penny. Penny, thank you so much for hosting us, you and Joan, and having us on for a great conversation. I always love being on with all of you because you ask such great questions. You've experienced so much, and we come from all different sectors. So thank you.
Christi, where can people find you? Because you've got like 15 websites, so I'd like to promote some of the websites that you have.
Okay, yeah. So patriotsperspective.com, that's the one that I recommend that people will go up and sign up for today. You can also follow me personally at Christi4Miami.com, or find me on social media via that avenue, because that's I'm more public account in terms of when I'm going to post something, I post that information there. Because I'm going to go on through and actually clean off some of my personal accounts so that I can communicate with my family, and hopefully people will go there so that I can actually share my grandchildren's photos with my grandmother and other family members, because you need to be very careful regarding Life Touch. Do not send your children to school on the day that Life Touch is there. Forget it. Leave them out of the class album. Who cares? Do not let them take a photo of your child. Do not consent to photos being taken of your children at school and being published.
Wow. Excellent. And Tom, Althouse, final comments, and where can people find you?
I'm going to let what Christi said simmer. I think it's just wonderful. So I'll be the pause after the orchestra piece. And as far as finding me, TomOldhouse.com, also on Awake Nation on some of the Fridays. And I love it. You guys are so great. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay. And Joan, Renee, final comments, and where can people find you?
Well, I also agree with what Christi said. And we just had someone on the Awake Nation who was outing the gubernatorial candidate for governor, Chad Bianco? Did I get that right?
Chad Bianco from California,
yes.
Riverside Sheriff.
Yes, for his malfeasance, and yet he looks like he's got a lot of money behind him to run, and he would be the Republican candidate. But people don't know, when they go to vote, they don't know a lot of times what's in these people's background. Mm-hmm. And so it's really important to pay attention, because this is a bait and switch guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
we have a lot of bait and switches on the conservative Republican side. So
yes,
that's a great point, Joan. And you may want to vote for the person that does not have money in their bank account that you just believe in. Vote for the grassroots person. Band together, stick together. Don't believe the propaganda coming across your television screens.
I think that would be Herms, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, Louis Herms.
It's
Louis
different.
Herms.
Yeah, it's different in different regions. I mean, you really just need to tell your neighbors, please don't vote for any of these people that you're hearing. Vote for the guy who's just out here campaigning, that you can actually touch and reach. And
absolutely. And then you can find me here on the Awake Nation. Oh, what am I on?
Agent X11.
You can also find me on Trauma Triage on Wednesdays. That's tomorrow. We're still going through the superpowers of trauma that you get from trauma. And that's actually kind of fun. So tune in for that. It's 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 on the East Coast. And you can find me on the Awake Nation on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Every other week, you can find me on Life with Joan here. And then filling in here and there and everywhere. So,
You're amazing.
oh yeah, and X, Joan Renee 27. Please sign up.
Yes.
I need followers. I'm behind.
And you can find me here on Agent X11 every day. We have a show from 12 to 1 usually, but sometimes when we have some engaging individuals that we need to get that information out, we extend a little bit. On Fridays, I have 3 Agent X11. So Skip Press does Seeking Grace, and that is about the history of religion. And that's from 12 to 1:30. Then from 2 to 3:30, we have that's an open Agent X11. This Friday, we're going to have Juliet Bryant. And then I have 2 series that I created on Friday. One is Get Mosley, and the other one is Zero Footprint. So you have to tune in to find out what those are. Please join us for our main show, which is the Awake Nation. We do the Awake Nation news Monday through Friday. That's 7 to 8 Eastern, and that's followed by the Awake Nation with the fabulous David Zublik, and that is from 8 to 10. And then after that, David Zublik goes live with a new segment that he started called The Damn Straight Show. So we have entertainment like going 24/7 on Fridays. It's literally from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. So, hang with us. If you have the opportunity to help us, help fund us, we do need some money for operating expenses, and we would like to meet an expense goal. We haven't really asked anyone for donations or money, but we're asking now. We do rely on donations. We have people that, myself, I pay for subscriptions and a lot of other things in order to do the work that I'm doing. We have, people that need computers, laptops, etc. So please help us, help one another. And if you're a sponsor out there and you think you would like to be a sponsor for our shows, and everything is under the umbrella of Awake Nation. So under Awake Nation, which David Zublik is funding all of the shows that you're seeing, please help us sustain that. And we do a lot of work. The news, we collect new news every single day because, old news is actually new news now, but we're still going back to the old news that we researched 10 years later because it took 10 years for it to actually come out. And we want you to be apprised. So I thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's how we get our information out there. Also, you can go to shepherd-entertainment.com. That's SHEPARD. You can entertainment.com. That's shepherd-entertainment. And you can see some of the shows that I've created and some of the scenarios that I've created, songs, etc. And I'm going to play one right now as we're closing, which is Life with Joan. And this show is basically about an incredible person who is my associate producer, and all of the various things that she's involved with. She's just an awesome person. So I had to create actually 2 intros because the first one made her look crazy. And it was very long, but this one's a little bit better, but it kind of encompasses many of the things that she will be talking about. And again, please join us for Trauma Triage Team. That is live tomorrow on the David Zublik channel. It's live every Wednesday from 11 to 11:45. And then we have a show right after that. And we're going to showcase another show that is for Heather Day, my other associate producer, and it's called The Day Shift. And so she'll be talking more about mRNA and Epstein and him trying to seed the world with his DNA. So again, that's a lot. If you'd like to help us, please go to givesendgo.com/Zublik. And again, I thank you for your time, and we are out of time. So we are out of here. Shepherd out.
Renee out.
Althouse out.
Tasker out.
Live with Joan. Live with Joan. Live with Joan. Live with Joan and Jesus, it's supernatural with UFOs. You will always walk away knowing something you did not know. whole world to see. Joan is Mrs. Kitchen Gadget, which you'll get to see. She will demonstrate what the food she makes and green aliens may beam into her kitchen just for tea. You may reconsider what you think you know when UFOs start to spin and glow over the town square's Christmas tree. While you snooze, Joan reports the news on Awake Nation TV. Oh, oh, Joan reports the news while you snooze. Oh, oh, Joan reports the news while you snooze on Awake Nation TV. Life with Joan is always unexpected. What she knows keeps you on your toes, cause everyone's connected. Joan shakes up the neighbors with the truth, you see. She shakes and bakes and she stops earthquakes and helps everyone in need. She gives advice because she's nice, and she co-hosts the Trauma Triage Team. Life with Joan and Jesus, it's supernatural with UFOs. You will always walk away knowing something you did not know. Oh, 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 oh. Her tales will unconfuse you because Jesus is the key. Joan shines her little light for the whole world to see. Joan shines a little light for the whole world to see. She shines a little light for the world to see. Joan shines a little light for the world to see. Life with Joan. Life with Joan. Life with Joan. Life with Joan.
Goodbye for now from Agent X11, Hollywood dark journalist, a shining light in this darkened world. And don't forget to watch the Wake Nation News 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern on the David Zubik channel on Rumble, followed by our main show, David Zubik's Awake Nation, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday.